Hi, welcome back to another session. I'm Shrikant, tutor with Uplatz. So our last topic is client administration. So there we did client copy and we did client create, client copy and operation modes. So today we'll go with client delete. So we can see here, this is our client administration. So client creation is complete, client copy is complete. So now we have to do client delete. So now we need to use SEC5 transaction codes. So let's see how we do that. So now we'll create one more client for here from here SEC4 so that I'll try to delete that client. So SEC4 is our transaction code to create a client. So here we need to go with this change option. Just click on this change. And it's the same thing cross line table which I said earlier. Just say continue. And here we need to click new entry. So here I want to create some new client. So I'll create here 665. This is my example. My client is Daily Mart. Okay, and city is some Hyderabad. Logical system we'll tell you later because it's a transportation topic, so we'll discuss that later. So here our currency is INR. Or if you are not finding your currency, if you don't know your currency, you can browse this button. According to that, you can select it. Okay, and so here we need to select the client role again. So I'll select here customizing. So just click here save. This client will be created. So data was saved. Just go back here. So we can find our client is created here 665. So we'll log in this client. Okay. So here is what if you want to delete your client. So same thing we need to log in our same client which client we want to delete. Basically, if you want to delete anything, we have to go log in with other thing, then we have to delete. But if you want to delete your client, so you have to log in the same client here. Okay, so just I want to delete this client now. So same thing, it's a new client. I not did any client copy here. If we did client copy, maybe the SAP star password will be changed according to which client you are copied. So that in that client, whatever the SAP star password is there, so it will reflect here after the client copy. But here we not did any client copy, just we created the client. So it's our new client only. So password is pass PASS in lowercase. Okay. Okay. So just click on here, showing the license agreement. Okay. So if you want to do any client copy, so same thing here we need to use SCCL, enter. We need to it's a new server actually. So same thing here. See, it's a client copy. Just I'm showing again you. Just refresh. Okay, so if you want to do any client copy, you need to select the SAP underscore all. If you select SAP underscore, this all profile will be get. So these are the client profile. Okay. So okay, let's take an example. I want to do the client copy with SAP underscore all. I'll select this. So now I'm taking 000 because the source client. If you want to, you can choose also. So I'm taking the master client here. The same source client user master again. We need to select the same client as for the above. Okay, so we'll not go for the immediate button. We'll go for the schedule. So showing that we're doing from the 000 client. Okay, click on OK. Again, we can schedule it. Schedule job. And here we need to do immediate. Click save. So after the save is the last step. If we say continue, it will start to do client copy. So every first system because they have a new system. So in that, what will happen? What are the transaction code we have, or what are the transaction code we run? First time it will take few seconds, more seconds actually, because the first because every transaction codes is in compressed mode. So once you enter the any new transaction code in the system, it will take some time. After that, automatically the system get fast because the what is the extracted file will be there. It's sorry, the all transaction codes is in compressed mode. Once you run any transaction code, so it will get extract. So we have to sometime we need to wait for the few minutes because it's reading, it's compiling all those things. We have to wait in long time. It's taking long time. So saving the all content whatever we selected here, saving everything. So it's the last step. Once we get click here save, so another way will get continue. Once we say continue, then this client copy will be started. So we have to wait for till this get complete. So we got here continue. Once we click continue here, so it shows that our job will be successfully completed. Okay, so I'll just click here continue. We'll check it here once. Okay, so here we'll get one another pop-up. See now, the background job was successfully scheduled. Display in SCC3. So from this transaction code, we can check what are the client's copy is going on. Okay, so in the same client, just we can execute here SCC3. Click here, enter. So in SCC3, it will show us the status about the client copy. Because the new server is becomes slow, and because every new transaction code is taking compilation, so it will take some time. We need to wait for a few minutes. Every first transaction, first time if you are using, it will take long time. Afterward, it's become very fast. So we are not means regularly if you are using, it's not getting that much. It will become fast. So here we got this screen. So just double click on this. So now here we'll get the status. So our client copy is started now. You can see the status. Target client is 665. Source client is 000. Source client user master 000. Copy type local copy. Profile is SAP underscore all. The user is SAP star. Status is processing. So this is the time and date. Just click here refresh. We'll get how many tables we have here. We have to refresh once. Refresh. Wait for a few minutes. We will get the table, how many tables we have and how many tables get copied. We get here. So now currently this file is getting copied. So now this is, can you click save here, refresh, because it will take very long time, 4 to 5 hours it will take. So till then we'll not wait. We'll wait for a few minutes. We'll see that how much we have. And if you want to check as a monitoring, through monitor also you can check how many uh, files are get copied. Same like Windows, how the copies will completed. So it will show you us. So when the files are copied here. So now in the we have 300. So in the 300, some files are finished now. Like that also you can monitor. See, it's getting increased. Close here. Off. Just click here, refresh again. So now this file is getting copied. Okay, so it will take very long time, 4 to 5 hours it will take. So we cannot wait for this one. Okay, so we schedule as a background job. So now we'll try to cancel. Okay, so I'm doing cancel here, but in the real time, please don't go for the cancel. Okay, we'll wait for a few minutes, or we'll go back and go to the main screen. So now the client copy is going on. After the client copy, we'll go to the delete this. Okay, okay. So we'll log in again the same client because we want to delete the client. So our client is 665 50 star, password is pass. So it's logging here. So now we'll go for the SCC file folder, delete the client. Just click here, enter. So now it's going to open because this transition code also is new. So now see, so we'll get the same type of option while we do the client copy. We get the same type of option here. So here the client to be deleted. So now the same client you have to log in which client you want to delete. So now I want to delete 665. So I'm logging to the same client here, and I need to select this delete entry from T000. So T000 is one of the table where the client entry will be there. Okay, so of course we'll not do here start immediately because my server it will get depend on this screen. So this screen or my laptop. So I don't want to depend my server to my laptop. So I'll select here delete in background. Same thing here. We'll get the same type of options we'll get here. So same thing, just go click on the schedule job, and again we'll get the same kind of screen here. See the same thing how we do the client copy, the same kind of thing we get here. Just if you want to delete now, you can select immediately because if in the real time if users are more or something because so many users are logged in the server, so of course you have to go follow with the operation mode. So right now in this server no one user is there, so I'm follow with immediate button. Now click save, and here we'll get the same kind of option while we do the client copy here. So see same thing we get here. We get one confirmation box. So confirmation box we get. Just we have to go with the continue. If I say continue here, same thing here. They'll show again we get the same thing. The background job was successfully scheduled. Display in SEC3. So now last time we checked for SEC3 for client copy. So now I'm checking for the client delete. So we show you SEC3 is check all logs about the client delete or client copy. So it will read every files, everything. So it will take some time. Just wait a few minutes. So now here we get to know that see here now initializing delete profile. So last time we did client copy which got cancelled. because I forcefully did cancel here because I want to show you the delete option here. So later we'll go for the client copy also once we get the client copy delete. So you can double click here and you can check the status why it's deleted. We'll get that the all details here. Just double click on the option. Of course, so because the all processor whatever we have here in the server, they are all supporting the. So now you can see here cancelled. The status is cancelled. The C log. You can see the log here. Okay, so but we want to check our delete status. Just double click on here. We can check our delete status. What are the files we have? So now copy type delete complete client. Currently initialization. So it's going on. It's not like it's get completed because it will take long time. Client delete it will take minimum 1 day to 2 days because it will delete each and every line, each and every detail about 665. So it will take 1 to 2 days, and it's depend on your server also. If server is free, it's become fast also. Okay, but client copy it will take 4 to 5 hours only, but delete process it will take very long time. It will take 1 to 2 days, and it depend on your server also. What is the system configuration we have? Okay, so it's do it will be complete. Uh, so we have to wait for till complete. So till then we'll go for the other session. So we'll talk about now client sorry SAP architecture. So where we'll get the all work process everything. So we'll do that one. So we are doing now. So we do here client SAP architecture. What is SAP architecture? Basically, we have three type of architecture here. One is SAP one tier architecture, and other is SAP two tier architecture, and SAP three tier architecture is the latest one. So what is one tier? One tier architecture. One tier architecture is nothing but whatever we have the layers in SAP, like presentation and database application layer. So these three layers we have to do in one system only. Means what? For example, this is my laptop. So in that everything we have. So this is my laptop. We have not connected with other system. So we don't have any other system. Only in one system only I am maintaining these three things, and this is the system where we access the database everything. So this is the one type, and the two type is nothing but there we have servers and clients. So for example, we have one server, yeah, and we have the different systems we have. So what are the data we are using? We are storing in the one system only, and through that different system we can access our application and database layer. So this is a two-tier architecture, and the same thing similarly we have the three-tier architecture you can see here. So now these are the three-tier architecture where we can maintain the things here. So in the presentation layer you can see that we have three systems here. So in the three systems we need to install SAP GUI, and application server nothing but is a SAP instance. So it's a different layer again, and database is a different layer again. So here we have a three-tier architecture where we can divide the layers in different physical systems. So database in one system, application layer is one system, and presentation layer, of course, it's a different system here. So now you can see that once the presentation layer is working, or the users are logged into the system, how they access. So first they hit to the dispatcher. So dispatcher they creating a request, and they maintaining a queue. So then the dialog process are working, then they will get the access. So whatever the users when they log into the system, they if they want the database access, first they will hit to the dispatcher, and dispatcher they will make a one request, or you can say some they will maintain a some queue, because many systems we have in the presentation layer. So which user hit to the first to the hit to the first server, so they has to calculate the timings everything. So we need to, and they will maintaining a queue kind of things. So they will maintain which user log into first server and which type data they're looking. According to that they will give the they will give the access to the database. So what are the users we are hitting? They first hitting the dispatcher, So after that, then dialog. So dialog, then they hit to the database. So what are the users we are log into the SAP? So users all are log into the dialog process. So this dialog process are totally depend on the users, because if the users are not working, so of course the dialogues are free. If the users are working, dialogues are busy with their works. So how many dialogues we can increase depend on the users and depend on your server capacity. Okay. So now other process, we have the B is nothing but background process. So in the background process, what are the job we schedule? What are the job we schedule is this background process will be uh, this background job processor is responsible to the complete the job. So this background process, it will run all background process which job we are scheduling. So right now we did that client copy and client delete. We scheduled at the background, or we are scheduling in the server. So what are the scheduled jobs are there? They work in BTC process, or we can say background process. So if we what are the transaction code we are running in the front end, and if you do the client copy start immediately option, so it will run on the dialogues. So dialogues are depend on the users. If the users is session the close means automatically the connection will be disconnect, the connection between database and the user, it will get disconnected, the dialog processor become free. But once you're scheduling any job into the background, so that background processor is not depend on the users, it will depend on the scheduling time. So whatever the scheduling time is there, automatically BTC processor will be start and it will try to complete the job. Okay. So now come to V is nothing but update process. So whatever we have to do update in SAP. So once we are updating SAP or any patches we are applying, so it's an update for system. So this all process, what are the update process is there or update jobs are there, they're working on V process or update process. So this update process also we cannot run the front end. Front end means when the users are logged into the server, at the same time we cannot update our server. So we have to schedule our job after the working hours or what are the free times we have. So once we are scheduling means they this work this update process, it will depend on the BTC process now, because the BTC process when they run, when the jobs are scheduling, the what are the job scheduling, what are the job we have scheduled, so this that jobs they will run in BTC process. So while you are doing update, if you are doing in at immediately, so it will depend on the dialog. So but dialog processor, it will not able to handle long jobs. What are the short term jobs we have, we are handling, dialog process will be handled. What are the big jobs we have, of course we need to schedule on the server. So that time the BTC process and update process, this both process will be run at a time. Okay. Now spool is nothing but printer, or you can say printing. So printing job, whatever we have, the spool job, spool processor will be work. Okay. So this job also we can schedule. Depends sometimes, because what are the SAP prints are there, it's so many papers will be there. So we need to we that job also we can schedule. So once we are scheduling means again it will run into the BTC process. Now E is nothing but NQ. So NQ is nothing but it's a log entry. So whatever the users are they using a same transaction code, so this NQ processor will be understand the things and they will make some log entry, means first user will log into the first transaction code at the same thing. If the other user will log in the same transaction code, or if they asking they accessing the same page which the first user access, so this thing will be understand. Who will make understand? NQ process. And this process, this NQ first they will understand the things and they will allow first user and the second user they will access the same page, so they will get a display mode. So they will not allow you, they will not allow if they want to allow, so first user has to come out from the transition codes. So that thing will be understand who, the NQ process. Okay. And here we have the message server or message processor, and here we have the gateway. processor, it will, because this all SAP is working with the network, so gateway processor will be, they make the connectivity everything in that, and the message server, it will buffer the systems. Okay, and this is a message server. If anything errors we have in the system, so they will display in that. So message server is responsible for the messages. Gateway processor is responsible for the gate networking, everything they will respond. NQ processor, they make a log entries. It's nothing but spool process. So this spool process is responsible for the printing or print. Update process, it will responsible for the update the server. BTC process, it will responsible for the background process, and dialog process is they respond for the user. If users are working, of course the dialog processor will be working that. So dialog process, BTC process, update process, and spool and NQ, these all process we can increase according to our server and according to our work. What are the workload is there, we can increase all those things, but it will depend on the your server also, because we need to understand the server configuration also in that. So okay, so these things we can see in the physical also. Just a minute, I'll show you the physical, how the dialog process, BTC process, and spool and NQ and dispatcher, where the locations we have and how it will look like. Just I'll show you in this. So we'll go here, back. So I'll try to log in my server through remote. STSC, enter. So this is my server IP address 92.168.10.20. Enter. Don't. Okay. So now they are asking the username. Username is administrator. Enter. Okay. So this is our server, and after the installation, here we'll get SAP Management Console. From this console, we can start our SAP and we can stop our SAP. So this is a management console. So here we need to go with this, we need to expand this. Yeah. So expand here. SRH is my SID, and database name is basis 479, and the same thing, my host name also is the basis 479. It's a server one. So server host name is basis, computer name you can see here, basis 479 is my host name. Host name nothing but it's a computer name. So where I installed SAP. So here in this ABAP table, you can see that what are the work processes we have here. So once you click this work process, so these are the work process. So how many work process I have? I have total 13 work process. So in that dialog, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dialogues we have. Update I have 1, NQ I have 1, and BTC I have 3. These are the responsive for the background job, or what are the scheduling jobs are there. The jobs are running in BTC process. Spool is nothing but printer, and update 2 is for the update only. Okay, and here in the process list, we'll get to know that what are the other servers we have. So this is the gateway server, this is the message server process or server you can say, and dispatcher. These are the things. Now this is my SID, and compute according to the computer name they will create a database. So this is not database, this is a database symbol, or you can say the database indicator. Okay, and this is the we have the two instances here. So our system number is 05. 05, our instance number is 05. This basis 479 is my host name, and 05 is my instance number. So here the same, this is the Java instance number, that is 01. So the same thing, the same detail we are giving in the GUI also. So we'll show you the GUI and we'll get to understand just meaning. So this is my server which I am accessing. Just click on edit. So you just we get here. Now you can see here, this is a description. You can give anything here. Application server is nothing but my host name, or you can use here basis 479, right? Yeah, 47919 is my host name. Instance number or system number is same, 05, and here they are asking system ID. So that is SRH. SRH is my SID. So if we give three details, then only we can access our server. This is my server. Just click on here log on. See now, once I click here log on, so in the server what will happen? That dialog process become busy. As you can see here, one user is working means the dialog now is busy. So now these two dialogues are busy with login. They try to allowing the user to log in the server. Just here once we get wait means we get the access from the server. So now okay. So now it's not given the username. So we'll try to give it the username here. SAP star enter. So now you can see here how the process is going on. See now my compilation is going on. So at the same time you can see here in the dialog process are running. Dialog process are running. So once we get here wait, so automatically we'll get a display. So now the user session is busy. So these users are working in dialogues. Just we can do here refresh. So sometimes become fast the system. Taking long time. Maybe they started now only the server. So now we got the screen here. You can see we got the screen. So we click here refresh. So see now. So we are getting. So means what? The users whatever we are logged into SAP GUI, because all users are dependent. Sorry, the dialogues are dependent on the users. So without dialog, the user cannot log into the server, and dialog processes depend on the user. When the users are working, dialogues are working. Okay. So BTC process will show you the later. We'll show you the next in the next class. We'll show you the BTC process, how they when we are scheduling the jobs, how the BTC process are working, and how can we see the status while do the client copy everything. So in the next class we'll see these things. So for today finishing here only. Okay. So tomorrow we'll go with the same class. We'll continue the same. Thank you.